All right, everybody all right? All right, well, we here. As we know and as we see, the sky is falling. Yeah, it's a Chicken Little used to say it. Isn't that right? Yahuah told him before Chicken Little, he said he saw New Jerusalem coming down. He tried to tell him the sky was falling. That's what we're trying to call on the sheen. And the sheen, men and women, try to turn and repent. But as we get later, people get more comfortable and get more lax. And they feel like what he said gonna happen ain't gonna happen, but it's gonna happen just like he said it. And that's why we're here to try to make sure we do all we can and make sure we're ready when it does come. You don't want to run this long, this far, and then all your running be in vain. That's for everybody. You know, this heard old people say it's a tedious journey. I heard old people say that. It's real tight. It's a real tight walk. Everybody can't maintain it. Everybody can't do it. That's why the world pack out these other places, the churches, cathedrals, and halls, and non-denominational religion, because they don't hold you no standard. You don't have to do nothing to get in. See, what we're doing, it take everything you got to get in. A lot of people won't do it. One time, Yahuah ran across a little young man, and he kept calling him Tube Adon, good master. I want to know what must he do to inherit eternal, or alum kai eternal life. And he asked him, how read it in the Torah? And when he went over it, he said, all this, he said, I kept from my youth up, what lack I yet? He told him to take what you have and sell it and give it to the poor. And say, you'll have riches and shamayim. And the book said that the young man walked away and he was sorrowful because he had much possession. And Yahuah let his shalak, his shalakim, they said the apostle let him know, says it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter into shamayim. A lot of people are rich in things that's down here on the rocks, but they can't get you in with Mr. Yahuah. Most valuable thing you got to have is got to be on the fash. That's why we take the necessary steps we have to and explain things the way we do, because it might not seem like it. It seems like you might have a longer time than what you do, but we really don't. Time winding up on us. I know sometimes when things get critical, like when Corona came, people start panicking, and I have to try to get it right. But after people get accustomed to it after a while, they realize, okay, it's going to be here. I learned to deal with it. It is what it is. But that fear they had of mood at first made them start to think about seeking. As soon as the man give him a little rest period, he think he okay. He think he can beat it. He think he all right. But Mr. Yahuah took many people out with it. People said, Corona won't kill you. Mr. Yahuah will. He can use a cold. People have died from the common cold. They just don't tell you about it. And people die from the smallest little things that didn't happen, to some stuff that a lot of us have bounced back from. I remember the guy that created the acting down. Mike, you need some bread? Just chew it on your hand. That's all right. Him and Chelsea get together, make him a couple of finger sandwiches. But yeah, the thing I do, y'all let me know. Yeah, had y'all been a little earlier though. Mike, you probably want to see if you can turn and look this way. When you looking at that wall ain't gonna help you out. See, Ryan was saying, you saw Ryan sitting up looking this way. Ryan had to tell you they did it, Ryan. If you was sitting facing that way, what you gonna be looking at? Yeah, so I try to help them out there, try to get them. They wonder why they, see, where you want to get fat at, you want to get fat in that word. Y'all might not, I know I say a lot of things humorous too. And a lot of times I might say something to you in a humorous way, but it's in the correct way to try to give you opportunity so you pick it up and start moving before it just come front lateral assault. You know, sometimes people say, like they'll tell like a plane getting outside, they'll let them know, they'll call the plane and let them know you entering restricted airspace. Give you opportunity, they'll call them back a couple times, keep telling them, and otherwise they tell them this your last warning. That thing out there, they start letting the gunship just load, they got to stop it. So you've been warned. See, all of them, Mr. Yahuah got all of us enough time. Ain't nobody he gonna take out here ain't got no warning. Ain't nobody he gonna remove out of here that hadn't been told and hadn't been, given the information. It's just people just tend to make up their own mind decision. What I'm here to do is try to persuade unashamed and the sheen men and women how important it is to consider you on the fast. You can't tire and you can't wear in this way. And a lot of times it's easy to do it because you do something after so long a time, you feel like you've been doing it long enough that you're in a safe place. You ain't never in a safe place. I don't never think I'm in a safe place. I know people might think I do. I don't. Man, I hold a job. Y'all know how many people had that job before I got it? That man fired a lot of people. And a lot of people couldn't continue their job by reason of moot. So I got it for a little while. And when time comes, I got to pass it on to somebody else. So I got to make sure I maintain my ways. I make sure that I keep people in the field. That's the purpose of having here. I got to keep people where you already, man, and you don't get comfortable and think everything all right. It ain't never all right. You living and you breathing every day. You got to consider. Yahuah said, "We which are alive." That's what he said. If I had put points out there, you probably came with the wrong answer. But that's right today, though. That's the truth. Y'all better remember that. If you living, you listen. You right here. Only reason you living is to go to die. That's the only people can go to moot is people living. Right? That's what he taking. Moot don't take no dead. Moot take the living. That's why we got to make sure before it comes that we done exercise to make sure we done what we need to do before that thing wind up and get too late. Y'all got me? And see where we are right now, we got to give account of our stewardship. And that man done come along, he done cut the bill for a lot of us. We had to go back and get everything paid back the way it's supposed to be. We be in trouble. How many of y'all think you done paid back everything? Man, I done been punished. I know I done paid back everything. I know I've been paid back for everything I done. No, that man did quick. He said, man, cut that man bill. You know, ain't no way in the world I could have took no bill like that. My bill was too high, I stacked up too much. I appreciate it for having that kind of, that conceit, that favor. That's why I spend it with y'all young people. I try to talk with y'all. A lot of stuff I know y'all ain't gonna take it in now. Y'all will wait, I'm moot, I'm going on. Y'all remember the old man warned you though while you're young. While y'all able, this your best time. I pull out all the time for y'all that y'all is zakah him in your youth. Y'all remember what zakah mean? What does it mean? Mark it as to remember it. Like y'all seen maybe a cartoon, they get a tie string around their finger. You ever seen that before? People tie, well, old people, they'll tie a string around their finger. And the string around their finger remind them it's something they're supposed to remember. Even with the string, they still will forget. They just, See, we mark it as to remember it. We don't want to hear it. We want to make sure we know it. Because whatever he told us, it's going to come back up again. Sometimes you might feel like, things that you've heard and you've gotten in life, you've been told, you ain't going to need it, but you ain't lived your whole life yet. You're going to be surprised how much you've been told, you're going to need it again. So the information you get, you store it up and you hold it against that yum. When it come up, you're going to need it. And the main thing you got to do is know how to maintain your ways. Y'all remember who we learned that from?
Yes, sir.
Hands. Some folks hand in their tongue. That's right, that's what he told him. He said he did. That man told you that. He realized that. He said, I'm going to maintain my way before him, even though he was destroying him, taking him down. And he knew he was being destroyed. And Yahuah even told Satan that. He said, you moved me to destroy that man without a cause. Can you imagine that? That man was suffering. That man went through. Yahuah said, you moved me against him. Because he told him, he said, that man don't serve you for nothing. He said, man, you take that stuff away from that man, I'll curse you to your pandi. Yahuah said, you see that man? He said, you done called and moved me against that man without a cause. I'm going to come against that man. I'm going to have to try that man and test him out. Because I got to see, do that man just serve me for anything, or that man serve me because this is where his law at. And see, for a lot of us, when things and temptation and situation, a family come up, a situation, before you know it, we'll let him go. A lot of people, when it comes, I'm telling you something, it's so important for y'all young people. It well at them too. It's important for y'all while y'all young to maintain your ways. First of all, get the right way and stay with the right way. The right way gonna pay. The wrong way, you'll pay for it. You'll see people out there going, they having a good time. They're not lying, they're fun. Till you get tired and run out. Till you find out death right there at your door. Till you learn everybody you thought was your friend is really your foe. They're your enemy. Them folk don't care nothing about you. Anybody go and help you to do this stuff wrong here, them folk don't care nothing about you. Folk that care about you tell you the truth. They'll tell you the truth. That's just being honest. But you got to know it for yourself. That's what's going to set you free from these people. So a lot of times people feel like if you just quote a couple of verses, you remember some stuff in the book. There ain't enough to keep you. You got to have some. You got to be able to withstand. Why the man going to tell you to put on the whole armor? For what reason? That don't make no sense. They tell you just remember some verses. You got to put on a whole armor, a helmet. You got to take the sword, which is the word. You got to put on a breastplate. You got to have your feet sharp with the preparation of the good news of shalom. Man, you got a lot of stuff you got to be able to do. Be to stand it. A lot of times what we do, we go out, we're not prepared. That's just being honest, you're not prepared. Y'all know that? I tell you to work at a job, and it ain't never hit me with it though. I used to iron my, they had a mirror, they have a sign over, had a thing on top said, would you want that person to deliver your freight? Try to get them guys a chance before they leave out, or you walk in, you hit that mirror, try to give them, say, look how you look. Them guys walk right on past that mirror. You know who told that? EU. I'm sorry, you cold? He said like a E, he said he look at him, behold his face in the glass, in the mirror, and said he'll go straight way out and forget what manner of man he is. See how important that you can't ever forget what type of person you're supposed to be. Because you know, you got to remember, Satan, he's looking to try you too. You ain't got to be EU to be tested. You ain't got to be EU to be tried. You ain't got to be EU to be put through. He's going to test and try every one of us. Y'all know that? Hey, why ain't going to tell you to test them, they ain't going to test you? Got to test you too. Let me say, Cam, you in the school system, you probably, y'all didn't take no test though, did it? Always testing, and the kids get tested. That gonna make sense. How you gonna be testing folk and you ain't been tested? See, a lot of folk don't think about it. You gotta be tested. Y'all gotta, that's where he know our law, but you need to know where your law bear. Anybody can say that. Anybody can say how good they feel. You, man, you get a good moment, you feeling strong and going, man, you put a lot out your mouth till something happen. That something come and touch the very thing that your law in touch with, or you really desire, you lurk at. You gotta learn how to look at things, see things, and move on from it. That ain't for me. You can't study on stuff too long. You remember folks used to say years ago, study long? Then you say they don't study on it too long. You gotta move away from stuff quick. Time teaches something. Not all things, but time will teach you some things as you're going through. I'm here for a couple of reasons. I made mistakes before. There's a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes, more mistakes than I can even count. I couldn't even count them all back up, all the mistakes I made. But they got me to a point of perfection. I thought I couldn't. I never thought I would ever see it. But he got me to a place where you can be word perfect. See, well, we try to make sure all you want to test for, people got opinions and thoughts and ideas about you. As long as the word don't condemn you, that people talk. Then we look at, there is a rationale for us to look at doing certain things in front of people, because that's how we're trying to gain people. Now, that's one of y'all questions. I know they're going to ask me, preacher, I didn't get that. Okay, let's try it again. As long as the book does not condemn us. Y'all got it? You free. But there is a level we have to maintain in front of people. Although it might not be book, we have to maintain it for the fact of who you trying to gain. You think about this. I do stuff hypothetical on this, but also at reality, that the book don't condemn me. Well, you can see me do a lot of this stuff, but in your eyes, because of the way you see things, I could be wrong. Y'all got it? Because you don't know the information of the book, maybe to the level I know it. Y'all got it? So there are things that we will have to do in order to try to gain people, because you got to remember, you can't forget what your position is for. It ain't about just you not being condemned by the book. You also want to let your oil so shine. What was it again? Why? Your tube word. You said, what you gonna say? I said, let your light so shine so that men might see your oil. So we double light. No, somebody, probably gonna say? That was Chris Holler, oil. Chris, you're not trying to read that, is? What you looking up? Who said that oil? That was Dave. That was smooth, Dave. I know I heard that. I know I heard that oil coming over the day said, well, they ain't calling my name. But the thing is, so you think about this. Okay, let your light so shine. Let your oil so shine so unashamed might see your tube work. Let's just be practical. How's a person that doesn't know the word going to recognize my tube work? And the work that I do is book. A lot of times stuff we do, people, Yahuah declared that we were the offscourging of the arise. That's what he said, and he did tube works. So we have to learn how to do things and have to have a balance. Y'all got what I'm saying? And he taught us that. There's a balance even in your house, what we were supposed to have. So you can't have diverse weights. So that means it has to be a balance. You got it? If it wasn't, you could say, man, I'm just striving to, I'm telling you, man, I'm striving just, I just won't be so right. Then that's going to be a fault. Because your book told you to be not overly Sadiq. Did y'all know that? Now, you know what some people mess up at? You say, man, we're going to go to service Shabbat. Yeah, that book. We're going to go Wednesday night. Yeah, I don't want to try to be overly righteous. But it is funny, but do you know there are people that have that logic? Not understand the book said not forsaking of who? Together. You know what I do? Y'all, how many of y'all go to service on Shabbat? Keep like Shabbat Yom, Shabbat later. How many of y'all go like on what we call Wednesday night? I study with myself. Because you don't need no man to teach you just study yourself. Man, you got so many people that's disfigured in their thinking, and it looks rational to them. That's why he said there is a way. Yeah, when you listen to it, it does. They ain't saying it because it do seem right. But the end of it be your destruction. And that's something we try to make sure of as we go through him, that we're not just seeing things our own way and later on it come up and be the thing that hurt us. Everybody that's going to moot and not going to make it in are not people that's ignorant to knowledge. It's just going to be people that just don't know how to properly disperse it or understand it when they get it. I tell people, you got to learn your values like numbers, your ones, your tens, your hundreds, and thousands. You got to have a value system of where you put things. Where you put Mr. Yahuah, he got a set by itself. He's a proven fact. Now, how many of y'all going to answer that question I put out? How many of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about? So what I'm going to do? All right, well, I'll tell you what I do then. All right, for the one that get exactly what I'm talking about, I'm saying 20 points. And the challenger, let me tell you how we're going to work on the challenger. Hold on, let me say that on the challenger. Hold on. On the challenger, if you ain't answering the question, you can't challenge, except for the young people here, my young people. Except for them and my sweet little jailbirds. Yes, sir. The challenge, I give up 10 points to the challenge. Now, don't forget now, you got to answer, for them they got to answer. Now you got to remember, that if you get it wrong, that 10 point go to them. That means they got 30 points. Okay? Somebody, hold on, y'all had two? That's the same question. Hold on for a minute. Team, yeah, we're gonna get rid of Marker. Get ready to take them from the team. Now, what other side? I gave y'all two questions. I gave one.
You said you can't put nothing beside Yahuah. Then you said how many of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about?
No. When I was saying that, I was talking about how many of y'all knew exactly what I was talking about the first question. Now I'll tell you about the. No, I already know what you're thinking.
Yes, sir.
They trying to use when they put the Yahuah against their idol god, Dathan, and he pushed it over. They gone.
That's it.
But that was never a question.
I understand. Who's already ready to preach?
Yeah, spirit removal. Yes, sir. Hold on, one. Oh no. If we ain't looked in no book, and no internet, Kasha looking bad though. I appreciate him bringing that up. He brought up a good point, y'all. Technically, you're not supposed to shout no answers out. Justin, I appreciate you bringing it out technically. I haven't got all about it. He said white. Chris said that white supremacy, what you bringing up. Justin, how you feel about that? Empathize, yeah. Empathize with, yeah. Sympathize. He got empathy for you. So that's beautiful. How you put that together like that. White man had the best words. But we're gonna get ready to get the Kacho Sarah sound. So that'd be one that we'll look at and consider. All right. You doing it yourself? Oh, well, I'm out of the way. I went on Malcolm. We'll wait on him. Shout out Malcolm. Good man work. He come back and he feel like he missed him. Matter of fact, he let me down or something. I won't want to do that. He stepped away with something important. He don't step away just not to do something. Appreciate all of that when the labor, like I said. And our goal is to have the light, precious summer now. Y'all got it? Y'all remember what we said about precious? What was it, my young people? See, y'all say, yeah, then y'all start looking through these books. And cheating, well, they want to memorize. Say, y'all want to market it to remember. Well, they writing it down for a reason. That way they can go back and go over it, ain't it? We want to make sure, yes. Oh, hold on. My sweet little jailbird guy. What is it, Mike? They say they're going to challenge you. What is it? What is it? Is that the wrong answer? Substance of what? Substance or resource. What else? Of great value. That's right. Substance or resource. How y'all get y'all own self a hand clear? Substance of value of great substance or resources of great value. And it's something else. Y'all got the whole definition. He got the whole thing. That's the dictionary? Oh, I was going to say, man, the whole dictionary. Now, what is it? Substance or resource of an object, a substance of great value. Not to be wasted. That's true. Not to be wasted. Something to consider. So then you understand how, see, telling you how to keep something. You know, people say, oh, look at that, that's so precious. Then you know how you got to keep it. It's not to be wasted. And see, once you understand words and understand the meaning of words, then you understand what attributes you should display. Y'all got it? Yes, see, a lot of time what we've been doing, we've been giving words, but we didn't know what actions to display. So that's a lot of time when we came up short. A lot of things we just took for granted. We said, well, you know what it say, but you know, a lot of time we don't. Like preserve, you're talking about something being kept. That's the whole goal of receiving the Ruach HaKodesh. We're looking to be kept. But you do know you have to be kept before you can get it. See, it's some restraint that's on you first. Y'all know that? No, you didn't. You just assume you just did it. You have to do it. It's your responsibility first. Let him clean what? We can cleanse ourselves from what? Of the who? So we can take a bath. That goes real deep in. So you think about that. Remember, a man don't know nothing but the things of a man. Say the Ruach said, no, each don't know it, but then he just came in and told you to cleanse yourself from it. Because we know those internal things about ourselves we got to get rid of. See, it really is, because a lot of times we set back on the curve, like, you know, like people, you don't put me in the game. You're not in the game for a reason. You don't show up at practice. You don't perform to say, you know what, I'm putting you in the game. Got it. Sometimes people, man, don't never put me. I assure you, ain't nobody putting no star player on no bench. Ain't that you play, you get in the game. I need you out here. So you sitting there for a reason. People don't realize that sometimes because there's some things you got to do. So after we hear, then he lets us know what our responsibility is. We got to cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and the Ruach. And then you don't believe we do at that point. That's the whole key. Got to perfect it. That's how you got it. They don't let nobody shoot no three-point. Talking about, man, I was at home. Man, I jacked that thing and hit a three. That's the way when the game comes, you get the ball. I'm not letting you shoot no three-point. Man, you know how serious that is? Throw a ball away like, no. That's something you got to have down packed. You know, just jumped on my house at home in my backyard in a 3-foot rim. I was dropping them things, man. Yeah. And that's where you stay at home dropping them. Because you'll never shoot them out here. Y'all know that? We were talking, some of the Akeem, we'll talk about different things. Like some of them things, like some of the players can't shoot 3-pointers and stuff. Just about every player out there can shoot three. Every one of them can do it. Y'all know that? Every one of them. You know what? They don't shoot it good enough where I want you to do it in the game. Oh, they can shoot them. You try your luck with some of them out there. And I'm telling you, we had one came down Glenwood years back there. Shoot, he dropped everything he dropped was out there from behind half court. He get half court, he was dropping it, drumming them and shooting. Pop, that thing. Don't do it in the NBA though, because you know what they look at? You're not accurate enough for us to let you do it now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't because you can't. I just can't count on you like that. You don't put that kind of confidence just let everybody get the ball and just be shooting it. But because you got to know what people's skill level is. When Mr. Yahuah put you out here, you got to know what your skill level is. There's certain things you can do. It's something you ain't perfected enough. So our goal is to perfect what we're doing. Y'all got it? You know how you gonna perfect it? You got to keep at it. You got to keep at it. That's how you perfect it. You don't perfect it because talking about my daddy used to be good. No, you got to work at it. Y'all got it. It's a skill level. It's a skill set. Just like a pitcher, a quarterback. You know, I throw the one. I mean, I throw the bomb. Man, throw that bomb. You know nobody talking about throwing no bomb in no NBA. That stuff you do. You're a kid out there playing in the backyard somewhere, in a house, elementary or something like that. I'm not how about throwing no bomb. That's a skill set when you got putting it behind. You got windows you throwing at. They got to have a skill set when they doing it. And you can't perfect it. You ain't got it good enough when you ain't doing it. Tell me we're going to go for it on 4th and 3. You got your doing mind. Fourth down, 20 yards. We going for it. You better get your stupid self back over there somewhere. Man, you finna mess up and turn this thing off. You got to be able to prove that it's a better, higher percentage of you doing it than not doing it. So the only way we're going to get a higher percentage of showing that we won't fail, you have to work at it, and you got to stay constant at it. It's an everyday effort that you got to put forth to make sure that you perfect it, and you have less of a chance of failure and more of a chance for success. Y'all got it? All right, success. That's going to be another question for y'all. There's some things you're going to have to do in order to get it. Oh, it's hot, though. Let me guess. Please just ask y'all something y'all didn't know. They were told what they had to do in order to get it. Listen, they were given what to do it. So you can have it. How many of y'all know? I'm sorry. Let me guess. You've never heard it before him. The people who hand raised, have y'all ever heard it before him? Y'all hear that? Y'all got another question. Where you at, Quota? Yeah. I got to learn that the scripture just ain't made for me to quote them. How many? Hold on for a minute, bud. Yeah. Every 2 minute point. This second, I just gave up a whole 20-point one. So on this one right here, I give up 2 points. Yeah, chapter and verse always gonna be worth it. No. Yeah, chapter and verse, I got it again. But I'm just looking when a man asked me that, should he have his booklet on his? I just asked though. I'm just no. But should it be sitting right here saying chapter and? Oh, here I'm looking at that. No phone now.
What about the book? Can you look at the book?
No, he's saying no. I believe him. I guess. Should I believe him? Answer. See, just got to pick up them key word boxes. That's them plural. I ain't say answer.
For any answer today, the one he just asked, I not look up in the book or the phone.
So who is Kasha talking to him?
Nothing before you.
Kasha that talks to him, say it again now. That man said, say it in Japanese. Uh-huh. Right. Go ahead. That's true. Oh, yeah, you get it wrong like that, it's going to have to be soon. What you talking about? Oh. I was just going. Right here. Who said that? This person right here can't even drive. So this person done said it managed to type up everything I done said and made it a statement of a question. Oh, that was a question. They know. What the kingdom gonna do? Well, we gotta do this. Hold on. Somebody told me, somebody say with chief. Don't forget, y'all got Hayward over there. Yeah. You stated some of everything. You stated everything I said. Scared me. I thought I said, was she pre-recording or something? Hold on for a minute. Somebody been busted. Who? Oh. Hold on. Two got a question. Two. That is tight. That is tight. John, that look bad, John. That look bad. Y'all know what we're gonna do. Let me tell you what to do. We're gonna get folks get them with their own phone line. That tight. That man said, listen. Oh, what y'all do about Ryan? Ryan been over there quiet and humble. Y'all ain't saying that. Y'all ain't saying about what about Rod back there? Yeah, but I mean he watching #1 mighty hard back there though. Tell them why. Who else we got? Then y'all got Chelsea out there. She spying on Team 6. What team she on? She ain't on no team. Chelsea, why you ain't on the team? Well, we gonna put you on the team. What team you want to be on? Oh, you only can't. Yeah. All right, Chelsea. They just put you on the team. How many of y'all? Hold on for a minute. We going with who? We going with where you at, right? Hold on, I'm just saying. That's how we. Don't try to run. No, yet. How you sit down? She took off running 100, baby. So Chelsea gonna be on. Chelsea, they need more women too. So they need some help us out. So Team 6, Chelsea on Team 6. Yes. Get clarity. Of what one? Hold on for a minute. The first question was easy. Listen, I explained. Did I not explain that good enough to y'all? First question. What the question came into was the book. We talked about the book. The book, making sure the book doesn't condemn it. Even the book declares that if our laws don't condemn us, Elohim is greater. Well, if our law condemns us, Elohim was greater. So we understood that our condemnation that we'll feel natural because of the Torah when we transgress against it, then you know the condemnation of Elohim is greater. So when we meet the mandates of the book and we're not condemned by him, then we're considered to be Talmim, right? But at the same time, there is a necessity that we show to other people that we can still concur with certain things and still be in line with Yahuah's Torah. I got to answer it that way. All right? Are we all good now? Or I can just tell you the answer. So y'all we about to be here. So, y'all second question was about, from the book standpoint, how does it tell us about getting success? Okay? Success. There was a mandate laid down on how to have success. So now when y'all ask me again to repeat that one, the answer gonna be no. Because they talking, they got unheard it. So now y'all got those two. He gonna sign the Kato Sarah, then we'll move forward. So y'all got a lot on the table. First question is 20 points, chapter and verse. I only give you 10. So I give you 30 points if it's chapter and verse. And if you're challenging, it's 10. You got to be answering, though, the challenge. And if you answer you wrong, those 10 points will go to somebody. So somebody say chapter, like he asked, they got chapter and verse. Say, sweet little jailbirds challenge him. Then it's going to get him 40 points. Team 2. I'm saying if they're wrong, okay? Yep, we got those 4. So we'll probably get them tomorrow. We're going to move in, but we're going to get these, try to catch y'all over. These we'll save and hold, and probably get those the older ones. All right, they're going to get ready to sign the Kato Sarah. Y'all get ready? All right. Let's Palau. Most High Kudashaba, separated Father, Hadu, for all you've done and you granted unto us in this opportunity that we certainly don't deserve, but you've given it to us. An opportunity that we could seek Kai and not Mut. An opportunity that we might repent and not continue in our Darak, which are in our ways. An opportunity that we can accept the Zabak, which is the sacrifice, the Dam, which is the blood that redeems, that recover those that are gone astray, and give us a recompense, not of our Rosha, but for that which we've done, that's two, which is the Rosha for the evil, the two for the good. Asking you to limit us, which instruct and show us, and grant us the Ruach HaKadosh, which is the spirit of separation. Barak us that we might be Ruachni, which is spiritual mind, spiritual. Baraka our lobs, which are our minds, that we might be accepted to your dabarim, which are your words. Let it sink deep in our inner parts, that we don't falter and we don't faint, that we be unrebukable and unblameable in the yum of mashpat, which is judgment. Baraka those that are listening in, those we commit to you in Palau, that support your dabarim, in every Malkum. Baraka the out of towns and strengthen them as well, and those that could not be here but had a lob to be here. Baraka our young people, that they will zakar you, which is the markers to remember before the Rosh Yamin come, which are the evil days. Baraka all those that seek you, that are going through, that are suffering and afflicted. We need you, and without you we can do nothing. We allow that you will search us and see if there be any Rosh Darak, any evil ways. Cast it from us and hala us, which is guide us, into the Arak everlasting, which is the way of life. Let the debar of our paw, which are the words of our mouth, let the meditation of our lobs, which is of our hearts, be acceptable in your which is in your sight. And as we prepare to move further, we palau, in which we ask that you take full control, that you get the tahalim, the praise, the kabud, the glory, and the kabad, the honor, in the Shem, which is the name of Yahushua, Yahushua HaMashiach. Let us all say, Amen. All right. So those questions should be turned in. Count them down 1 minute. After 1 minute, they all had to be in. We'll see if we get to cover them. For 6 and 9, I need y'all to tell me what you got to do to live long on your rise. Who's answering? Who's answering the first one? 7 and 8, I'm sorry. 7, and 9 and a half. And Mike, so he can get something. So Mike challenging y'all too. Y'all got y'all question. I need to know what you got to do so you can prolong your days. All right? That's 8 and 7. All right? Hold on, we'll get to it. He want to know who's answering these last 2 questions. Who all answered these questions? The first one I asked. Team 4, Team 1, Team 5, Team 2, Team 3, Team 6. Answer the first one. I can't hear you. Yeah, Team 6. All right, second question. Who answered the second question? Having success. Oh, good. Team 6, Team 5, Team 1. That's it. Team 6, Team 5, and Team 1 are the only one, and Team 2 answered it. Did y'all answer it? Team 4 answered. You sure? All right, Team 4. Y'all got it? Team 4. Pretty much everybody answered in, right? Is that everybody? Not 3. Who is 3? 3, y'all didn't answer the second question. Y'all just answered the first one. Okay, I just want to make sure I got it. Okay? So those that's going to challenge, I need y'all challenges, so I have men so y'all know. Anybody challenge the first question? So what I have to do when I get to those questions, we bring them up. That'll be your chance that you'll challenge then, because I know we gave the other one so people don't know who answered. So before we go, you'll get a chance to challenge it, okay? Some people will, not some people. Some people will, not everybody. Why you look at that, boss? He looked up another one? How many that is today? No. No matter how bad y'all ask. How bad y'all gonna be asking? Yes. Yeah, I'm losing my eye with son. Yes. Y'all question? 5. 5. 5 on the challenge you'll get 5. That's if somebody challenges you and you right. If they challenge you and you wrong, all right, I'm just telling you, all right? All right, y'all ready? Make sure, hold on, y'all gotta get it turned in now. Are y'all gonna challenge, are y'all challenging them? Team 7, 8, are y'all challenging 7? All right, I'm just making sure. So y'all turn y'all answers in. So what now? I hear who? Oh yeah, where's 9.5 at? 9.5, you answer the question. Is he gonna answer it? Oh, there you go, 9.5, you answer that question. 9.5, you gotta answer the question. What do you have to do to prolong your days? You gotta put it on paper. Y'all challenge. Yeah, he gotta turn it, we'll see. All right, okay, yeah, all right, let's see. Let's see. Y'all be surprised. There's a lot of them here don't know. What y'all talking about? It ain't just him, but a lot of them here don't know. They sitting around looking like, I hope you don't answer all of us. All right, y'all ready? All right, focus. Y'all get y'all answers in. All right, listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
For whatever was written before.
Nikatab for our Lami.
That's the only reason it was written, to show us and to teach us, okay? All right, listen what happened.
That we through endurance.
So what did we talk about endurance was? That's right. Y'all make sure y'all remember. I don't want y'all just to become reciters. I want y'all to understand what that means. It means to not give up. You know why a lot of people have left here? They gave up. They were going, they were serving, they was a part, they were participating, and they stopped, which means they didn't understand how important it was to take what was written before. And it was written to show us, y'all got it? To teach us, so that through going through without giving way, and through the consolation, Nakum, that's right, receiving a prize of the
Ketubim,
which goes right back to why it was written in the statement we came up to tell you about. It was written to show us we might have
Tikva.
That's right, a cord. That's our connection. That's our attachment. That's how important. So I don't want y'all just to recite. I want y'all to understand what it means to don't give up. Y'all get me? Do not give up if you're doing right. You know how you can give up? It ain't just I'm quitting. Quitting isn't just saying, okay, I'm gonna stop coming. Quitting is I'm gonna stop doing what I have to do in order to maintain a relationship, okay? If he tell me I have to hold this in my hand, this is what I have to do to maintain my relationship. Y'all got it? So what I do, I don't stop. I don't not show up. Y'all got it? I just stop doing what I need to do. Y'all got it? What was I supposed to do? But I'm still enduring though. I'm here. At least I ain't out in the street. Y'all understand that then, right? It means to not give up. I want y'all to understand that, okay? And because, you know, in conjunction, I'm going to receive a reward, okay? And that's of the writings. That gives me my connection. Y'all get me? Hello? Let's look at something. See if it's 1 Corinthians 10:1. I know y'all got questions. We'll get to them if Yahuah see fit. But he got questions too. I have some questions. Wondering what if I Gave Satan the matches and the gas. The star she owed the burning. Can I be saved? I'm like, seriously? No, you can't be saved. You gave him the matches and the gas? That's tight. All right. I'm trying to look at this. Listen.
Moreover, Akeem,
And I do not want, yes,
not that ye should be ignorant.
ignorant. How many of my young people understand what ignorant is? How many of y'all don't know what ignorant is? All right, let's look it up. Ignorant typically is void of information. Have you ever seen a check? They get a check. You can write on now $50 million. That's a lot of money. All you got to write is void on it. Okay? That means it's not there. It's no good. So you void the information. Lacking knowledge or awareness in general, uneducated or unsophisticated. Got it? Lacking knowledge, information, or awareness about a particular thing. So he don't want us to be, listen, he doesn't want us to lack knowledge. Lack is a deficiency, okay? When you lack something, okay, you have a deficiency in it, okay? Sometimes you can go to the doctor for a physical. They can say you have low iron. That means you have a lack of iron. Don't mean you don't have any. You have a low iron, and because you have it, you're always cold. It's other things you have, and this is the reason why. It's because you have a lack of, okay? Sometimes you can have an overage of something that can cause you problems, okay? But here he wants us to make sure, he said, I don't want you to have a lack of knowledge about a particular thing. So now what we're gonna find out, since we know what ignorant is, let's find out what does he not want us to lack. Okay, knowledge about it, because it's something particular, right? What's the particular? So now we're gonna find what's the particulars. See, as simple as words might sound, it makes sense. Somebody said, he's saying he don't want to be stupid. He did not say that. I don't want you to be void of. I don't want you to be without a particular issue. So we want to go and look at what issue could we possibly lack knowledge of, okay? That makes sense? How about my young people to save time? You can go him. They're right here. All right. Now, this is right here. That was a rap song that had this word in it. I don't want to know. Write it down, 2 points. Don't even worry about it. No. As far as I'm going to go. He said, well, all right, that's it. I'm getting him 2 points. That's it. I ain't make it up. That man said the 60s. All right, come on back to what we had. Y'all got it? Wait, don't try to write all this down. Unsophisticated. I'm sorry, hold on. Who wrote it down? Who can let them see their notes? Okay, she gonna let you see it. So he can see it, so he can get it. Okay. Yeah. Malachi. All right, y'all look. And I do not want you to be, what do we say ignorant was? That's right, lacking knowledge about, don't forget now, you can be ignorant about something and not be totally ignorant about everything. So remember now, it's being ignorant of a particular thing, okay? You could be well versed in something, but you don't have enough information about something else. So you will be ignorant about that particular thing and not just totally ignorant about everything. Let's make sure we understand what we're saying, okay? He's not just calling them ignorant to something. This is about a particular matter. So I'm going to tell you about this matter. What happened? I said, what happened? Did I say something? Did I do something? It ain't me. It ain't me. Kerry, what you done, Kerry? Kerry, you usually do something. When folk laughing around you, Kerry, you looking around. How many of y'all thinking Kerry got something to do with this? Let's just get. Does Kerry have anything to do with it? Kerry innocent. Kerry innocent. Kerry on me to say it like that. I know you've been innocent before. We don't know that other time. This is the first time we know of. All right. So for a broken clock, you write one time. You got one more time to put it up, Kerry. So you'll be official broken clock. Who trying to come me? Team 2. Y'all wasn't even clapping out there that time they trying to come me. Y'all wasn't even clapping. I mean, what's wrong with these people? All right, listen. So he said he don't want us to be ignorant, my Akim, that our Abbas, fathers, were all of them under the cloud, and all of them passed through the Yom. He used Yom. What do you call cloud? Anan for clouds. Anan for clouds, correct? Oh, okay. Oh, this is it's he on. Well, it's got the though. So I thought they were trying to do this. The ha, he anan. They are trying to do this for the. They said even the because I guess you're putting it together makes almost a he, not ha sound. So we look at this is because of the That's why you got the high because of the so it's kind of soft, correct? Yeah. See the ha? I told you that. So they did the ha. You say put it as he. Their pronunciation. So he's saying in the ha it's he, not ha. We do. So okay, it's the When you saw the accent, they'll tell you that it's not the olive. Although you're saying it in the a, it's the and the is softer. So it'd be more like anan. Is that right, Bryce? Austin. I mean, what's your name? Boston. Man, all y'all, I don't know what happened, man. These guys caused me so much trouble during the day, man. Y'all can tell I've been so stressed out with these kids, man. I don't know who is who today. Now, is that right? Anan, because it's going to be soft. How is it going to be pronounced? Anan, because the it's soft. Anan. There, you trying to do it too? Why you saying that? Cause see, they ain't do it like that. I don't think it's gonna come like that, David. Keep at it though. The consonant before it, the ha, the he, hanan. That's why I say put it as the HEF because they're enunciating it together. Okay, hanan. So we can start getting. This is what we want to do. Let's go ahead and write this on clouds. We got to start transitioning. So y'all that got books, if you could be so kind, just print it over the top in your book. If you got your book, write ha'anan, he, accent here. I'll do a little small separation because this is for the. Then the an, an. So you want to put the accent so you don't confuse yourself and think it's the olive. The olive make more like aqua, like the A in aqua. The is soft, okay? It's he own. He crazy. Like white folk done messed my stuff. They done left us alone. I wouldn't have had all these problems, dang. I should be spitfiring these things out. All right? So he didn't want us to, so let's find out, so this is the start of the particular situation. Okay? All right, come on. And so what happened?
And were all immersed unto Mushah in Ha'anan and in the Yom.
See, he put it at BE. This is his error, but this is a different color. N, all B in the N. Okay, I forgot N. Okay, we separate. Okay, the N is separate. But the E for being in, okay. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what this man doing. Come on. And
In the Yom.
In the Yom.
And did all eat the same Ruachni meat.
The same spirit. Remember Ruachni? For spiritual? Okay. What happened while you showed Michael? Was this meat for Michael? Is the word for food? Or ate the meat? So y'all want to write that down? Let's just start transition. Ma'akal. Ma'akel. Y'all got it? Ma'akal. Kaf. Okay. Okay. Akkad would be for same. They're putting pronunciation as Ikkad. Oh no, he's doing this for the. Cod is for same. Remember that? So now we see the CH, we knowing it's making the double H sound. The okay? So y'all can do that for same. So we start little by little, we'll transition. I don't want to overload it, but if you write it in your book, when you go back, it kind of allows you to get, when you go back and you read, you can understand, as Shaul told me in Ephesians. Okay? Cod is yeah, for same. One. They one. Same. One. Like a card for first. So that's the closest word we got for same. They have same, we have one. Okay? Y'all got it? A card. A card is our word for one. And that's they use a card. But here the E is like for thee, the he, and not a, we had a ha, they had a he. Okay. Ruagni food, which is my akal for food. All right, let's go.
And did all drink the same, and did all drink Akkad Ruachni drink, for they drank of that Ruachni Sur that followed them, and that Sur was Mashiach.
Did he use Sur for it? Yes, sir. I'm missing, oh yeah, Sur, okay, Sur. And that went with them, and that Sur was the Mashiach. Okay, so all this was spiritual. It wasn't, and remember, he did cause Ma'im to come from Assur. Remember that? And they did all eat manna, which was what? But pay attention. You will be ignorant if that's what you're thinking. Because he said it was Ruachni. Manna did not follow them. They went out to go fetch manna. So you see how many of y'all think about the manna? How many of y'all thought about the rock, the Sur? But you know what? It works for us naturally to understand. But he said, I don't want you to be ignorant. And now you can see why. Because this particular situation was about a Ruachni situation. It's a spiritual situation. So now we looked at ignorant. Now it makes us look at it now, and we've got to become conscious. He said, there is a particular situation I don't want you to lack knowledge about. Now all these people went and they did something. This speaking about Ruachni. Y'all know for us, immersion, we gone inside here in the pool. You know, y'all baptized, we bought a pool in here. I don't know, was any of y'all baptized, immersed in the ocean in here? Did I immerse any of y'all in the ocean? In the pool. So you thought that pool was the ocean? You were young, you didn't know at the time. Yes, I never in the ocean the first time. At night. No, you was not in the ocean. You was at the ocean. Yeah, so, yeah, it did in the ocean. There were probably alligators in there, so we were quick. We was in there, them seashell hurt my feet. I said, it was a black dog. I turned the van, put the lights on, and I immersed them right out there in the water. Yeah, at night, I'm talking about it was black dog. Pitch black. I'm talking about nigga black. Man, the dog at me, could he get in the van? It was that dog. He wanted to get in the van. He was scared. How many of y'all see Con in him? Yeah, I know. I see Con. I almost thought I was that funny, though. How many of y'all thought I was that funny? Them the Cons. They seen Con, did they agree? That's scary. But yeah, it was rough. They shut the pool, and I couldn't immerse them that night. So I drove out there. I found some water and went right down there in the ocean with the gator. Had to turn the van light, put it out there, got down in the water. I mean, even for the work, I'd do it. Austin, there was some others, they gone now. If I knew they were gonna turn out like that, I'd have left them down in that water, called for that gator. There's some folk knowing I know now, I'd have never let them got that water. That was in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Yeah, yeah. No, you got saltwater crop. Well, I mean saltwater crop. But no, where I was, it's more brackish water. so they can mix in brackish water. Yeah, you had the seaweed, grass, and everything there too, but brackish water, so gators can be in the brackish water. Believe it or not, now you got sharks now they find in the fresh water. Y'all didn't know that? And stingrays. Yeah, these things have adapted. This ain't been nothing. This ain't new. You know what? Right now, even in Florida, y'all getting where the water come in and where the water meets. They got a big thing. Let me tell you what they have. What's happening? You can look this up. The sharks, those crocs, and the stingrays are coming back up through the fresh water, and they're laying their young. So when they land their baby, they're adapting to it. This is a big problem. They're just not telling people. These boys, they are coming back up through fresh water. Because what happened, when these rivers, they all come and collide, they end out in the ocean. Where where the water comes in, it meets, they stir, they're coming back up through it. And now when they land their young, they're adapting because the water's mixing. So when they land there, they're coming up enough to where they land their young, and their young will start developing now in the fresh water. So now you got freshwater sharks. You have freshwater stingray. Look, do me a favor. Let us see if I'm just talking. I know, but I watched a situation where they had a guy that's how he trains his thoroughbred horses in the fresh water. He puts the rope around the neck, and he puts them in the water. He walks a bridge. So the horse has to swim, so it helps build his muscle. And the horse started cutting up in it. He didn't know what was wrong with it. The sharks were eating it. They started popping him. Yeah, he didn't know what was wrong when he was walking because he's up on a bridge. So the horse is having to fight to keep going, but because he was fighting a little bit more than what he needed to be fighting when he was getting hit by that shark. And it was in fresh water. Yeah, they're coming back up through brackish water. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. This is me running my mouth. 2 bull sharks swam up Mississippi River to St. Louis. Studies find. That's nothing though with that. I'm telling you, they land their young. They're coming back. These things will come back up through the water. Listen, man, they're messed up. That's just the end of the day. Man, they're messed up. Yahuah got something for it. People tell me they get in front. I don't be in the ocean. Sharks, man, everywhere. Fish go, they want to. Anyway, I'm just telling something, be honest with y'all. I don't know where we got these lives from anywhere. We don't know nothing enough about these things to say where they're supposed to be at.
That's right.
How they ain't been doing? How you know they ain't been doing this?
That's right.
All the water was wanted at first. So it's really not nothing remarkable. It's just when white folk lies get exposed, they holler like, oh, it's a new thing. All the water was one. What were they in then? In the book told, do not all the water go to one place? So the water evaporate from the ocean and go back up, and the water from, this is what I want to find. So let's do this. Evaporation happened. Evaporation comes, so they're going to take it from the ocean and the fresh water. So when they get up in Shaman, he split it up. Go to fresh water. Go to the ocean. Say, water come back down. Okay, folks, I know it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot of stuff why it's amazing, because we keep trusting people's word. They don't know enough about nothing.
That's right.
These people, listen, these folks have clear, I was taught at school, snakes cannot stamp on their tail. They don't believe it. Science don't believe they ever walk, they definitely don't believe they can stamp on their tail. What's a flat lot? You can watch the Green Mamba. That bastard will stand completely up and go up, listen, stand straight. I watched that thing sit on the ground, look up in that tree. That joker raised himself straight up like a stick, caught that in and went straight up in the tree. Science will tell you they can't do it. Science is impossible. But then Yahuah told you what to do with science. Falsely so-called. They studied, listen, everything got tainted. Them folks don't know enough. I don't care what you sit in your class and pour in no glass. That much liquor and stuff I done poured in glass, I ain't know nothing either. I put look in Sprite, look in Coke. Isn't that right? You know, and get what I found out? You can't hold it better than the bottle. You ain't never seen no striker. I ain't never went no liquor store, saw a bottle, I'm finna throw up. Listen, that bottle hold all that stuff. You can't hold what that bottle hold, I know that much. But science will sit there and give it to you. And them folks will say, you can't hold that stuff. The bottle do the best job with it. Okay, so now we talking about that's why he let you know they all drank the Akkad Ruachni drink, not the one that came from that sewer. They drank from that Ruach sewer, and that went with them, and that sewer was the Mashiach. It was the anointed one. Let's see what happened. But rather,
with many of them,
with the multitude of them,
Elohim was not well pleased.
because that's what I thought. If you got baptized, and we called it baptized, and you got the Spirit, then you in. Them folks give you the right hand of fellowship in church. You in. He just told us, I don't want you to be ignorant. I don't want you to lack information about a particular situation. How every one of these people were immersed. Every one of these people ate the same spiritual drink, same spiritual food. Everyone of them drank the same spiritual drink, and they drank from the anointed one, and told you who it was. But rather, he wasn't pleased with the multitude of them. With the majority of them people, he wasn't. How would you think? If anything, you think it'd be a few stragglers. He said with the multitude of them, he wasn't even satisfied with them. Let's see why.
Or they were overthrown in Madbar.
For their wounds fell in Bamotbar. What did they say happened? It overthrew?
Overthrown.
He said he wounded them. They wound, it fell on them in Bamotbar. Let's see what's happened.
Now, these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after Rosha things, as they also lusted.
Because that's what we need to ask about. How were they wounded? Why were they wounded? That's what you look at. You got immersed. You done heard the word. You done understood the word. Then you find out the man not pleased with you. Why? What'd I do? Is this something my mama and them did? Is this something my father and them did? Is this something that fell on me because of other people around me? No. He's telling you why. I don't want you to be ignorant. All this happened so that we should not, after, as indeed they lusted. That's what they did. Let's find out what lust is. Then we'll look at why they could have failed. We turn the heat down a little knot. I think I put it at 72. We put 70, 71. 70 be all right. Listen, this is what happened to him. Very strong sexual desires. He knew that his lust for her had returned. Have a very strong sexual desire for someone. He said, and that's how they got wounded in Bamotbar. He said, I don't want you to be ignorant of this. How these people fail. Now he said, oh, this happened to us for what reason? For what reason? So now does it make sense why he don't want you to be ignorant? Mm-hmm. Why he don't want you to lack knowledge about? Because there was a multitude of people that did it. And all of those people got wounded in Bamotbar. Don't lust after, don't have this strong sexual urge desire as they did. And they got overtaken in Bamotbar. See, one of the hardest things I think for unashamed to do, men and women do, is to understand and maintain your sexuality to a point. Because, I mean, look at that. We got more homosexual than anything now. I had two guys, they were down at the dealership today. They came down there, they were sitting there now, waiting, and one of them had their arm around the other one. And I asked him about it. I said, y'all two related? He said, he was sitting there, he said, he put a head, he said, we like brother. Other guy had it on, he said, we put a head, he said, we like brother. I said, hey, you can't be doing that stuff in here. I ain't like that, I told him, you can't do that stuff in here. Hey, black man, you can't do that stuff up in here. Send your arm around that man, what's wrong with you? That nigga grown. Make me throw up, man, y'all right over from my desk. We brother. Y'all should have y'all arm. You brother, you got no business with your arm around your brother. You put a hand on your leg. No, but see, it says, and guess what though? And they went from Atlanta. They're from Wisconsin. Up all out there in that field, all that sweating and picking that corn. Oh, your muscles. Right. Nigga better start doing that hydroponic, doing it inside. That sun got you all dilapidated like that. These are hydroponics. These folk crazy. But see, this is something we have to learn so that we should not lust, have no strong sexual drive, erosion, as they were indeed lust. He indeed let you know that that's what they did. So like a lot of times, man, I wonder why the people fell back then. Because that's where people spend time trying to understand the mind of Yahuah. Why? It ain't hard. I ain't wasting my time with trying to go through him. His mind has already been dictated. That's why he told me what to do. That's his mind. Once he done dictated us and told us, this is what I want you to do, that got that. What were you looking up? Lord, what is this over there? When you just let me see it. Oh, okay. All right, next one.
Neither be ye,
Go ahead, Lee.
neither be ye idolaters.
Here he told us, do not be idol worshipers. So they know what that is. See, and guess what? And Shaul made this up because you ain't got no book for that. Go ahead.
As were some of them.
So y'all gonna sit here and let me get away with it for real. Y'all know good what the book told you about having. He told you in your Amar, in your commandments about you having other Elohims. Mm-hmm. This is what we do. We'll spend a lot of time on trying to fault him for his actions or trying to look at, well, I think it's kind of harsh. I think it's kind of cruel. This is Mushah spoke about this. That a man that does this. That's what I'm living by. How? Okay. What's going to happen if I do everything he told me to do? I'm going to live. So what's going to happen when I don't do it? How I'm going to say, etch that out, scratch that out. Let me just get the tube. You can't. Mushah already described it. That a man that doth these things. That's how he's supposed to kai. So everything that happened to them, because this is what they were living by. You were good when he came and got you out. You were good when Mizraim people were dying, weren't you? You were good when they were getting plagued and when hellfire came, you were good, wasn't it? Well, be good when you don't win against it. I come back and I recompense you. Because you living by it. If this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to live by. So you got to accept what you come with it. So do not be idol worshipers. As
Were some of them.
So what are you using? Abad, abadi, plural for worshipers. The yah is plural for the S. Huh? What you saying? Abdi. I was trying to see what they're trying, because this the They got it as the O, this the But is he saying the makes an O sound when you pronounce it here? Abdi, plural for worshipers. Is this what he's saying? That the makes an O sound here? I'm sure if I look him up here, down. So here, see? Oh, it's so this makes saying column. He said this is column. Y'all remember that? So he said it makes an O sound. It's the soft A, but it makes an O sound when in enunciation, okay? We don't believe everything they say, but we still got to know it. Because it's going to look bad to argue something. They say, what is it? I don't know what it is, but it's wrong. That's going to be tight. That you don't know what something is and it's wrong. It's wrong because I know what's right. Wouldn't that make sense? I don't know what it is, but it's wrong. That's going to be kind of scary. Now, I've been guilty of stuff like that in my lifetime. And a lot of times what happens with us is the fear of knowing. Because it's responsibility when you know. People don't want to do no work. When you got to do work to find out something and research and understand it, people don't want to do it. People just want something to come. You know what I'm saying? That's why Christianity is open. You take everybody sitting in the church and ask them. None of them folk don't all believe the same thing. They don't believe the same thing. It'll be people flat tell you, say, well, that's my pastor preach. They said, but I don't believe. I met so many folk know a lot of what we know. And I said, where you go? They said, well, I go to some Baptist or some. I said, how you go over there? They said, well, I mean, I know, but I like, here you have a word. Any fool can strike up and say something out their mouth intelligent from time to two. I'm not finna sit here and fight. That's crazy. I'm like, as much as you know, you go there. Are you serious? Listen, You'll be surprised how many people have knowledge that we know, and them bastards will sit at a Christian church in a minute. On a Sunday, and know it ain't today. They be like, you know what I'm saying? But I like that. Say like, I like it. He a good, really good guy, huh? Are you willing to risk your fight on somebody being a good? You rotten, and you worse than the person doing it when you know more than them, and you sat there. Now some of y'all in here got some different understanding of stuff, but I catch it, I correct it. You won't be here alone. Got your own. Yeah, that preacher teach that. This is what I believe. Let me catch it. Let me catch it. I'll show you how it's going to go. I'm going to run you out there problem. Man, we ain't have no fools like that. That boy just told you a card. That fool had the same. Man, you can't have that fools in there. Ain't nobody going to jump out and tell me, yeah, see, I got a whole nother study. Not in here, you don't. Because it's dangerous. Don't you understand? He told you, if them how dangerous it is to have different minds. The fact that they all did something and they were one and they got off. How did you think that all of us have believed in something different? That's scary. I beseech you, therefore, our King, that you all a card, one thing. Because he told you how many languages was it? Makes sense, wasn't it? Speak one, it wouldn't make sense when to say y'all all speak the same. It made sense to tell y'all all speak one language. Because that's how the people were able to start the bill. Yeah. So a card makes sense. He told they had one language. It made sense that everybody had one speech. Yeah. You can't afford to have that stuff telling me, yeah, I see things different. We want to know why. So we can fix it. We all either we all got to change, you got to change. That's just being honest. You can't have no foolishness like that stuff dangerous. If folks watch me, yeah, I go along with a lot of what Smith said. You need to cut that off and go on the Sheol. Because it get dangerous when people play around. I don't listen, I ain't going to return, man, I don't eat that or that. That's nasty. I'm in that restaurant. I don't eat none of it. If something they got nothing nasty, don't get that. They got roaches in it. I ain't eating nothing in here. Tell me the rest of it good. Just don't get that. Do you know I'm not? I seen a roach run over on that. Don't get that. You think that the first time that roach done did that dance? And that roach been with cameo. Do your dance. Do your dance. Do your dance. Roach now. Come on. Little stuff like that. You know what? I could have carried on road. I'm scared. I'm scared to go on the road. I hate to get out in them folk. Don't get me like, roach, that's nasty. Why is he talking about roach? And mess up the whole show. I'm watching y'all people. Okay, so listen. Do not be an idol worshiper. Abdi for worshiper. Y'all want to write that down? You'll just say idol worshiper, don't it?
It says idolaters.
Idolater. Okay, so you won't put it, okay. Idolater, so I'll put that. Abdi. See, this, okay. Top. Patak, sometimes Patak with the so now see he done a different over the other one he's showing you. Column. But you come in here, you're saying, see, that just shows how much none of these folks agree with each other. Okay? Because Patak is gonna be a shorter sound of aqua. And aqua, you dragging it out. So Patak is gonna be shorter. Okay? But see, another man gonna say it's colon. You see why these people, they don't know what they're doing. Because if it's, and you know why they don't know what they're doing? Because first of all, anybody heard them enunciate it. They couldn't have heard them enunciate it. Anybody speaking our language today gonna be off. I don't care who it is. I'm thoroughly convinced. Because you ain't heard the way it come from the original. The difference is, when these people heard Elohim give them the Torah, they heard the call, which was the sound, which is so important when we enunciate. You can learn all the better you want to. You don't know the sound, you still out. You have to know how it sounds. The call, notice when we're writing, it always say, like not just heard a voice, it'll say sound. Because we teach you when you enunciate a word, how to sound outward, then it breaking it down to syllables, how to use certain things as consonants, so you'll know how things sound. You'll have an idea of how it's pronounced. Y'all got it, or announced. Y'all got it. So if you hadn't heard it come from him or people that literally spoke it regularly, how do you know how it's done? Because they're telling you that the principles that they're using are not ours. This is what the argument will come from Hebrew Israelites. When I say just a lot of these people. First of all, we don't have no vowels and no consonant. It's not about having vowels and consonants. It's really not. I fought that too. It's really not. You're really going to waste. It's really a wasted argument. The reason why you're going to deal with the vowels and the consonant, how people are going to put it, because they're trying to get you to enunciate a certain type of way. Like I said, we don't have no O's. We don't have no E's. Problem we ain't got no A's and no B's either. So when you try to argue ain't no E and O, your problem become ain't no A and B either. So now what these people have done, they've gone through and they said, well, let me use words that will help you to enunciate to get you close to it. This particular word you announce it, let's use like the word aqua. Let's only use the A and let's shorten the sound. So it gets you certain letters when it's put together with other words, the enunciation of it is close to. So they found certain words you say to help people to enunciate it. Let's use this particular word. Y'all got it? Like yellow. You know what I'm saying? That Y don't make that same sound with every word, but that putting it with yellow, how it sound, it might say cut it short to get you to enunciate a particular word a certain way, okay? The problem becomes we hadn't heard the word. All we've been getting the word from is being passed down from people who never heard people say it, who constructed their own idea, and then somebody else get it, say, oh, I think it goes this way. The problem is gone, we ain't never heard it sound the first way first. Notice how important this is, what I'm telling y'all. When we read in Romans the 10th chapter the other day, for whosoever shall Yahuah upon the Shem of Yahuah shall be, how then shall they call on him in whom they have believed? We just read it, didn't it? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard his sound? Because remember now, this is what you got to pay attention to. This is what we're going with this. What did Adam use for his defense or why he hid himself? Why did Adam say, I heard your sound? Which meant he was 4 million. That's right. Hold on for a minute. I know, no. You went to college. You ain't clapping for that. Chris, you just 1 point. You 1 point. So y'all see how, now you see we can, even with what I'm telling you, we can build a parallel to see why it makes sense. I know how you sound. It's like, man, I know how my daddy sound when he walk on that floor. I know my ring jump behind that bed. I wasn't stupid. You'll learn to hear how your mama, we had them one floor, you had that dude. I hear that nigga foot, I jump in that bed. That joker tell you better get out that bed. I don't care, you hear that joker? You gotta be for 4 million. You know right. I tell you, the time I had that bite, I was doing good. My done sister. That heifer. Y'all see what my mama call heifer? Every time she get me, she call it heifer. And that heifer, I said, don't go outside. Daddy told her don't go. He said, where did he get? He said, don't go outside. That heifer went outside. I said, we ain't supposed to be outside. I got to get her. I'm going to poets. I didn't first, I used to open the door and I taught her out the screen door. Like I would lean out the screen door. I had a screen door me and I could kind of get on the bench like this. So I don't be out the house and the screen door kind of be on me. I did, so I be kind of like, don't go out there. That heifer go in the yard. Then shit. I said, they told her don't go out the house. So I done went out here, I said, get my bike then. I'm just going to ride up the driveway, up the walkway. I ride to the end of the driveway, turn around, and pedal real fast back down the house. Ride back up. And man, that thing got too short. I said, I'm just go up this sidewalk a little bit. I run that side just a little bit, turn, and I pedal real fast back to the house. While around that thing, I said, that man, I said, dang, my dad. I said, my dad left him. I said, my dad left him in the car. I kept looking, my daddy was changing up. I don't know, he was transforming. The closer I get, I couldn't recognize him. Boy, that thing got right there in front of that man. I said, there's my daddy. He said, turn around, go home. Oh, I put that thing, I cried, man, I cried. I got her to her, he done caught her. I ran the house, I got up on the bed. I heard that joke coming, walking, doom, doom, doom. He just walked through the house. I said, Next thing I know, a leg got grabbed. I'm coming to bed like that. Like, where in the world did that happen? I'm like one of them ghosts that done grabbed me. Whoa, that man beat the piss out of me. I ain't never said, man, so that man I'd have felt bad he just won't cuss me out right down the street. That man said, turn around and go back. Boy, I just cried and tried to get down. I let my son know, we going down. He ain't see her. He know we was out there. I don't know. We been caught. I don't know. We been caught. He know we was out there. Because had she stayed in that ditch like I told her, we'd have never had that problem. You see what I'm saying? When he came out, I could hear that sound, that man coming. I just didn't know he was going to grab that leg and snap me. I don't know how that nigga knew we were under that bed. I planned on staying there. I wasn't never coming out. All I needed was a pamper. I just got it for, I wasn't coming out. For what? I was comfortable living under that bed. Little lint on my head, little dirty. I was all right. Ain't bothered nobody. So this is what we want to look at. He was talking about serviceable. So Abdi, the name of it's one of two of Yasharal. So this is what we look at, serviceable. We don't give our service over to that. So now he talked about us neither yielding your members. Y'all remember hearing that? As instruments of what? No, unrighteousness. I got it. Which way the spirit went? Because it left him, didn't it? Which way it went? That man said, oh, good. He quoted some more. That man done lost it. So the thing is, what we're trying to do is to make sure we understand, because when you're talking about serviceable, can we see what the word serviceable is from the English standpoint? Because again, we can look it up and understand Abari, but what do we basically know? English. So we need to understand the definition from English. I know something serviceable mean it can be worked. That's what I'm thinking serviceable. But this got to be some of you working something. Fulfilling its functions adequately. Usable. That's important for us to understand serviceable. So now that will go where he told us, neither yield you your members as instruments of as Rosha, which is unsadiq. Y'all got it? Because now when I give myself over to do whatever the deities call for, then I'm giving serviceable. You know what I'm saying? I'm fulfilling its functions adequately. So you giving over to what the idol gods asked for. That's why God, so you give over to fornication, which we said, which is Zanu. When you giving over to drunkenness, you giving over, these are things that idol deities call for. Even with Elohim, we had drink offerings. You see that? And a lot of times people drink to these certain things. This is for my homie, start pouring stuff out. These are idol worshiping things that people do. People go to people, they don't realize, this is idol worship that they do. You going, this for the dead. We don't have no ritual where we worship no moot. When you who's with moot, who was there praying for him? Who's there praying and bowing down at his kubal? They ain't even come. We'll have no such custom that we go. Like, I'm not like, yeah, I got these friends, I gotta drag her. Come on, we gotta go to the grave. Get out there and kiss my mom on the forehead. Put ash on it for Lent Sunday. Man, I don't have time for fools like that. I don't have time for that stuff. But to me, I tell folks, man, take them folks on the grave, let them folk go on the grave. You take a lot of pressure off of people. Yeah, putting that stuff, it's too much pressure on people. I've seen that. Don't put that pressure on, take that bottle. What you want out of it? I need to see what you gonna do with it. Get a picture, they don't even look at it no more. Oh, them dead folk kick up all that for them. What you gonna do with it? Nail it on your forehead? Go stick it on your arm, you still musty? Folks that learn a lot of that stuff to me, I tell take them on the grave, they take that pressure off of you. A lot of times we too overstressed. Trying to meet these folk, man, that everybody gonna want to see them. Not everybody don't want to see them. Okay? So that's something we want to look at, fulfilling its function adequately. That's what we want to look at. Okay? So that's why we want to look at not yielding our members over to this stuff. Okay, come on. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, verse 8.
Oh, we didn't finish verse 7.
I'm sorry for something finished.
As it is katab.
As it is, see, doing it, listen, right back to why. So what's the rationale why we're not doing this? Because preacher don't like it. Because it's written. This is why we do everything, because it's written. Whatsoever was written aforetime, what was it written for? So that we through going through and not doing what?
Even way.
So what do we learn? If all these people were immersed, all these people ate and drank a card, one thing, and all these people got off, what did we learn? They didn't endure. They gave up. That's how they did it. You gave up. Listen, as it is written, what happened?
The arm sat down to eat and drink and come up to play.
He said, stood up to play. All right, cool. That's what they did, and they got up to play. Y'all see that? Come on.
Neither let us commit Zanut, as some of them committed, and fell in Akayum, Shalishi, and 20,000.
Y'all see that? 24,000. With 23,000 unashamed fell in one unit. That's how critical it is about sitting around committing Zanut, that people don't think nothing about it and feel like it's okay. He killed 23,000 people. What do you think that meant to those people who were watching? You sitting around, you think everybody holding on, and 23,000 people just fall dead among you. I don't care how many people you got in your fold. You just lost 23,000 members in one unit. That's not over a course of a month, a week, over the years you lost 23. You lost this in one unit. And why did he tell you this? Tell him again. I think Pastor Dexter had it. What was it, Pastor Dexter? Oh, that was you. You said 2 answers or 1? You said the teachers. That's correct to an end, but it was to keep us from being ignorant. Remember? The first thing he told us, I didn't want you to be ignorant. See, we had to first find out what was ignorant, right? Mm-hmm. So then he started telling us about how everybody was one. So now you want to ask yourself, how did they stop being one? Because the people didn't endure. Now you can see why whatever was written aforetime, so we can endure. This is enough to tell me what when an opportunity comes to fornicate. It might be all right. It should be said. 23 people died one day. 23,000 people died one day. And you know what we do? Because we don't die then, we think we're okay. You still got mosh pot.
Yeah.
You ain't out of the woods. You still got mosh pot. See, now, this, and he told you that these people sat down and they ate and they drank. And what situation comes in your mind? Hands. Pastor? What happened? That's right. And he talked about when they came out Mizraim, when Mushah delayed his coming, and when the people sat down and the people made muhad. After they had created the golden, I guess would be bakar. I don't know what they would call it for the calf. I'm what it was, but I know bakar is for the olive and for a fold. I mean for a multitude of them. But the thing becomes that when those people sat down and they ate and they drank, they come right up to play. Now, we got another situation similar. I'm gonna need an answer. Sat down to eat and drink and combed up to play. So what we look at play as? Transgress. I take that. I take that. No. Yeah. So I'm gonna need an answer for that. And how about this? It's something you know. It ain't no questions I ask y'all you don't know. Okay? Based off of what they did. Now, let me tell you this now. With fornication, that we call Zanut now, this doesn't have to be the physical act. Okay? Anytime you give yourself over to another deity, that's the same action. Okay? Because you become cervical. You're giving them what's adequate. Y'all get it? Which means you're taking away from him. See, that's why it's described as a marriage, our relationship. These women, what they, let me ask you, what they do, just hypothetically, you stay on the phone with this brother all the time, y'all stay, just be laughing, y'all stay on the phone all the time like that talk. He be cool with that? You need to go see that brother all the time. He gonna look at, no, you need to be talking to me like that. You need to be coming to see me like that. That's how Elohim is with us when we going. I'm gonna go with somebody, go with him to visit, go to his church. You gonna see another nigga? Y'all know how we think, that's how he looking at it, because we're in a relationship. And at this point, you're going outside a relationship. You got it? Because all of your attention is supposed to be to me. The man said he was jealous. Who played with a jealous guy? I know you jealous. This guy gave me his phone number. You finna get your head busted. This gonna get you killed. You already know, you get back. You like, no, get back. You don't get me killed. But you know what? We understand that fleshly from the basar. How we don't understand that with this man? That you gonna mess around and get yourself killed. You playing with a crazy man. That's why he's telling you, I don't need you to be ignorant. That you lack knowledge about the particular situation. How these people wind up being one and they gave up. And later, he wound up destroying these people. That's gonna happen to a lot of us and him. Y'all got it? So it said, neither should we commit zanim, as some of them did, and 23,000 unashamed fell in one yom. Okay? He's put Ish, my man. I ain't done that one. It's tight. Okay, let's show you error. Unless you're going to refer to all of them as one. Come on. Hold on, stop. What did the Greek say? I'm sorry. It didn't give us the men. Is something else missing? Is there something? No, that's it. It didn't tell us that. The Greek didn't record that. They just told us fell in one day, 23,000. Okay. All right.
Neither let us tempt Mashiach, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents.
See that? That's what we do. That tempt is going to be what? We're going to try to go against him. We're going to rile up, because you know what I'm saying? Tempt is testing. What are they going to use it for tempt? Let's understand our word. Nanesh. Ne. Nashi. In Shiva. Shiva. E sound N-E. N-A-S-E-H. Nanesh. Nanash. Nanash is what he's saying. Nanase. Let's say I put it over here. Now that's him writing strong, might recall. I would do lexicon, but I mean, that's fine. That's strong. I don't realize I do lexicon because linguistic. Oh my goodness. For Nakash? That what he using for tempted? That's just for snake. What word was he using for that? And then no, I don't know about. No, I know what the Nakash is. I don't know what word they rendering for tempt. Test is what they're gonna put. Well, that's got to be different, probably. Okay. Naka. Sa. They're saying the ka makes like the sa sound. Nasa. To test. To attempt. Assay, start, approve, attempt, try. We'll look at tempt. To attempt, to test. Okay. Naka. Nasa, naka, naka. Okay. Nasa. Okay. Oh. Because this is summit. Sometimes, why does he have a C right here? For the summit, it should be S. Find it from Ha. Nasah. Nasa. Somehow I came up with that one. Okay. To test, attempt. Okay, let's go. To attempt. And it rendered for attempt. Tempted. Okay. As some of them tempted, because they did it. You put an ED. They did it. And look what happened when they did it. And were by who? By the Nakash. Nakashim. Nakashim, plural. So that was more than one. Okay? And this is something we want to look at. So when he asked us about proving him is different than testing him. So we look at testing him is to try him at an end of he won't do. We want to be careful about that, because you got to think about this. If he told us he'll do something for our action, pay your tithe, what are we doing? Proving him. This test is to prove him, because he asked us to do that. If he told us that that we did something that was going to be moot to us, and we done it, at that point we're tempting him. We're tempting him. Sometimes parents had it, they said, you're going to make me tear your behind up. Y'all remember stuff like that? You're going to make me get you. Because what are they telling us? You're tempting me. I'm very tempted to strike you. I'm very tempted to beat you. You know, y'all remember stuff like that? We ain't understand, but they let you know, they're like, keep on. You're like, uh-oh. You stop, you're like, uh-oh, I went too far. They said, keep on. Y'all know about that, don't it? They said, just keep on. They let you know you tempted me at this point. You tempted me to make me strike you. And what happens if we don't know what's said and what action provocated, why y'all think we keep doing it? Because we don't think none of it until we get cut off. I know y'all tired, and you're going to be really energized when you get to Sheol. People that are going to Sheol are people that are willingly have gone against. That's dangerous for us. I've done a lot of things in my ignorance. I ain't saying I hadn't tempted, but I appreciate the fact he spared me, and that's to let me know you don't want to do that again. And a lot of times we become too comfortable. I don't know if sometimes people say, well, somebody else done something and they ain't dead to get cut off. Somebody else. Let me tell you what I don't do. I don't use no other preacher that done nothing for no justification to say, well, if they ain't dead, they ain't cut off. Listen, that's not my end. I think of the same thing he told them when they sat down and Cuff want to know what was going to happen. He seen Yucatan land on his chest. He said, and what's going to happen to this man? He said, well, if I will, he tarry till I come. He said, what did that to do with you? You just follow me. And he said, when the saying was heard, it was spread abroad. He said, they said that Yucatan wasn't going to move. He said, I didn't say that. I only told him that if I will, that he tarry till I come. What that guy, he want to know what's going to happen to him. You know who he sounded like? Jahid. They were just sitting there eating that dinner. They wasn't sitting there eating, reclining at dinner. He laid over on him, and here goes Jahid. Let me ask you something. Where you going from here? I know Shaul to slap that joke. He been blind for a season. He had all kinds of stuff happening, Jahid, right here, asking questions. There's some more people here doing. They supposed to be doing. Ain't that right? Got a question? Yes, sir. Probably not, but go ahead. Safe. We start off with safe. Where we going? Go ahead. Elohim tempted who? No, that would be tested. Yeah, to prove him. Tested. That would have been tested to prove, as we're saying, to prove. And that's how, because if you look at what he found at the end of it was, he said, the Malachi said, I know. So see, that came up to able to prove him. He said, because now I know. Got it? Think about even with EU, it was the proof, so now I know. Even when and they went after that, it became with us when he gave us the Torah. He said, so Yahuah could prove what's in your law. That's why he wrote everything he wrote. See, this is what we don't look at. We commit action D because it show what's in your law. All of us will feel like, who in here a low down rotten nigga? Every person gonna sit around like, I ain't that bad. It's because you got to justify you. That's human nature. I ain't that bad. It ain't like I'm out here killing people, shooting folks down. It folks out here kidnapping babies. They murdering people and stuff. And he covers you on that too. That's out though. I got 30 points for that one. That's as far as I can go with it. I'll tell y'all what, who understood the question? All right, look at the other folks. Look at these four hands. That tight, ain't it? All right, this is not a book question. Oh! Do me a favor, don't move. Snap a picture there, Kerry. Snap a picture there. Get your camera. Just reach and snap a picture. Come around. Come on. Just don't move. Come on. Come on, I need you right here. Get a picture. Come on, Kerry. Kerry, I need you right here, Kerry. Get a picture. Come on, Kerry. Come on here. I can help you. Come on, Kerry. Yeah, you can. But I'm talking in your ear, not your eye. Take a picture right here, Kerry. Get a picture. You can. The Duck, 15 points for their team because they got a blind man on their team. Kerry, good thing we ain't sneaking to do this, Kerry. Then we got to get the person. Look at him. Kerry, we doing a lot of bobbing and weaving. Look over there right here. Yeah. All right, we got it. Do we have it? Let me see. Hold on. Look at that. Man, what this, a Motorola? They make walkie-talkie for the police. All right, what is that right there, Karen?
She been reading no books.
Karen, sorry, I can't use you, Karen. We can't use Karen. What's Johnny Gamble? What's Johnny Gamble number? What is wrong with Karen? Got a picture of her with a book wide open. This woman got all 66 book right here. Karen, tell me, what is she doing? Just said it to me. No, I did not say. Karen, how many y'all the question ain't in the book? I did not say it's not in the book. I'm telling y'all not to use the book. Well, I'm gonna ask y'all the question not in the book, Karen. I only had one question that wasn't in the book. Y'all remember? Yeah. I only had one. But I made that known. Who all on this team run her team for? Y'all about to be losing the point. At least 3. Because you were arguing back with the team. What we supposed to do before arguing back with her? How many points, folks? How many points they supposed to lose? How many points? How much they got? Oh, look at her. Listen, hold on. What happened, Karen? He did. They like Jaheed. Karen said, man, Team 2 be arguing all the time. Jaheed, you done corrupted my good member. What I got? Hold on, let me get that hand, let me get that. When I call them out, I let y'all challenge. Before I answer them, y'all know who answering, then y'all can challenge them. Okay? Y'all already got a question. Y'all better have the right answer too, Malachi. Your name better be on that question is right too. Malachi, you done had one. Malachi, you helped come up with the answer. What you looking all back there for? Did you answer that question? Yeah. Yeah. Everybody wanna know who challenged. Listen, when we get to the questions, right? Get ready to answer the question. That's when I let y'all challenge if y'all haven't wrote it down. Now, because some people don't know who, because they can't remember nothing over here. I don't know what they're doing. Except for the kids. Oh, no, the grown people ain't answer, they can't challenge. Wait till I tell y'all, just wait till I get to them. Thank y'all very much.
this question. Go ahead with this question.
Boy, it's rough right here. But he point, no point rough. We want, hold on. What question? What question it was? What question it was? Hold on for a minute. It's wrong. They going back re-listening to the message. Let me say something. So this is the last question. What's my last question? What did I ask? Oh, yeah, no.
That was the last thing he said. I ain't got no kids yet, but he got you on that too.
I know what it was. This is the question. All right, y'all focus. I was telling you about when it came down to people. When I asked y'all, how many of y'all were dirty, rotten, no good niggas? I just used that. Never folk raising their hand. No, don't raise your hand. I was saying how because we're human, we rationalize before we answer a lot of times. We'll only say if we ain't caught doing it. It makes no sense to do that. Why would I just say, yeah, I'm dirty, rotten? No, the average person doesn't. When I say, always does it different. So what we do, when we don't, we start comparing ourselves against other people. Okay? We typically gonna compare ourselves against other people. I was saying that, right? I was saying people say, well, it ain't like I be killing people or nothing, or, killing babies or doing, just whatever. It ain't like I be out smoking crack, like stealing from my mama. We'll take it, extreme. Like, these are things we'll regard as this would be a dirty, low-down, rotten, dirty nigga, is what we call it. Just whatever you use for the word. Not saying that dirty, just something to look at a bad person. But typically, get hit, but stuff falling out. Now, and I was saying that because a lot of times we will try to do that to cover ourselves. Now, there is book for still condemning. That's much I can give you. Yeah, because a lot of y'all had it first time. This one will be worth 5 points. I gave away a lot of points. So we can't just, yes, what we got? Well, come on. Y'all be having a lot of questions. What are all these questions for? Oh, no, y'all got too many questions. Come Does it further explain? You got to ever just further explain the last one. Huh? It's 5 points. For this one? How many I told me? It was 30 points? Oh, 30 then. That's it, 30. I'm sorry. Because I'm tell what messed me up. Y'all asked me what the points were. I didn't know. This 30. If I said 30 for the challenges, I'll give them 15. Oh, yeah. Anytime chapter verse, I would chapter and verse, I'll give you another, that's 30, I'll give you 15. Usually I double it, but I'm getting out a lot of points. That's tight. Let's see. I tell you what, see how you write and see how it come out. What's y'all question at the time? I can't read your lips. Can y'all do what? No. Y'all question already in. They talking about can they resubmit their question? Y'all can on the next answer. All right. All right. Team 8, sweet little jailbirds. We are the future. Or what the, yeah. So what happened? Either or. So what y'all look at, I need to find out. Now, this y'all question, so y'all got to pay attention. I'm going to give it to you one time. Y'all got it? Maybe twice. I'm tell you like Ray Charles, Mom, I'll help you one time, maybe two times, third time you're on your own. Y'all got it? You're a cripple. I ain't going to make you no cripple. All right, man, fail, you blind, man. You serious? I'm sure to fall again. I can't help you. Your mom just leave you out there crawl around the dirt. You all the way up the street at the store. Your mom won't help you because that's scary. So now, this y'all question. All right. I need to know, what does nature teach a man? 2 points. I need it wrote down. For them. This for the kids. All right. Thank y'all. And the answer is no to y'all. No, you're too rusty. All right. He gonna challenge it. So y'all got it? All right. Come on and get this finished up. Hold on. 9.5. Did you turn that other question? All right, he turned in 1. All right, I need you to answer that one too. Again, what does nature teach a man? That's the second time I told it to y'all. Now I ain't going over no more. Focus. I need y'all to focus. Neither let us tempt the Mashiach, as some of them tempted and were destroyed by the Nakashim. Pay attention, focus. If you ain't answering the question, thank you. Look at that, 10 and 10. Nor grumble.
Even as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer.
By the hand of the destroyer. You see what they did? They grumbled because they went against. And they were destroyed by the hand of the destroyer. This is tight. Let's see y'all pay attention. Nor grumble. Either one of these actions. Let me see what was before this at 9. Tempt. These are 2 things we couldn't do. Tempt the Mashiach. All right. Nor could we grumble. Because some folks you have a problem with. Like some of y'all do that here. You don't realize this is going to be against you. It's against you, though. You know, you don't like how things go. You don't like the way things are being done to your rationale or your understanding. But see, all they've been testing you to see where you at. Because they grumbled too. They had a problem with stubborn Moshe. They felt like, I don't see why he think he's the only person. And think about it. It would make sense they would think like that. Let me see. I speak the same thing you speak. You eat the same thing I eat. It's called to come where people say, preacher put their pants on how? That's a lie. I jump in them purposely both legs. So I can deal with it. I got a lot of pants with the middle part busted out, but we gonna work on that. But you see, it will make sense. And then they would say, when they say he put his pants on one leg at a time. So you can see where that still goes to where the card. I say the same thing. We're saying the same thing. Now it makes sense why they felt like he ain't on no higher level than us. Because think about it. Let me see. Did he get some special bread? No. We got the same thing. Did he get some special drink? No, sir. The book said everybody drunk one. And everybody ate one. Y'all got it? But when he told you what happened, the multitude. The majority of those people he would not plead with. That's why I get on y'all so much. Because some of y'all think it's the lesser, but a lot of times the majority won't make it. It's the majority, because the majority got their own set of how they're going to do stuff. It just is, and that's why you got to really look to home in to make sure you're getting this. That's why we looking at certain words, picking up stuff particular, because it's stuff like, even look at this from, once we look up ignorant and how they define it, once we start looking at things tempted, now it gives you a different look about how you do things and what's the real perception, what he's trying to get from us. Now he's saying don't grumble. I go, like sometimes when mama tell you go do something, so what I'm saying, what you're saying, ain't do it? So a lot of these folks got cut off, they did it, but look at the intent. Now, look at the seal had to go and get the 6th chapter of the book of Micah, where he talked to them about will Yahuah be pleased with. And then he talked about the scant measure, which was And some people have that kind of attitude. They just trying to do just what it takes. And sometimes it get dangerous that you just try to meet the line or you just play on the line. Y'all got it? And that's something we want to just try to be conscious of. They said, well, at least they made it, but it's too close for failure. You know what I'm saying? Sure, people say, we're going to make it by the skin of our teeth, but I'm putting every effort in. I'm not sitting here and say, well, once I met it, but that's it. I met the line. As long as I meet just the bare minimum standard. That's not our goal. Our goal is to excel. That's right. Y'all got that's always got to be our goal, to shoot for excellence. You get a student for that jump. Just try to. I'm just trying to get a B. I don't know why. If you're gonna do it, you need to try to get an A. Right. You're already going with intent not to give it. As long as I get what I need a C to pass. But a student come and say what I need to see. That's different when this is a student that you know struggles, but they looking at I'm trying at least to do this. It's different when you got an A student potential 100, and this bastard asked me about what I got to get a C. What's going to be my grade? So you already calculated down what I need to get just a C? No, I need you to go higher than that. Because you're a person, you know how some folks say, that's fine, but then this is the type of person you set yourself for in life. A lot of you guys, you set yourself early in life for your pace, and that's what you stay with. And that's what you don't want to do. You always got to go higher. Higher heights, deeper depths. Y'all got it? You'll never settle. You never plateau out. When people plateau out, they stop. They quit. Okay? Don't ever plateau out. All right. So you see what happened when they grumbled? They were destroyed by the hand of the destroyer. Y'all paying attention to this? Nor grumble, even as some of them grumbled, and were destroyed by the hand of the
Destroyer.
I got that one I need answered. Somewhat out there, but not at all. Is it something that you don't know? No, you know it. It's kind of difficult. How many of y'all feel like it's too difficult? Y'all don't know? I can't go but so far. How long it gonna take y'all? Y'all got y'all answer yet? Almost. Y'all talking about another 45 hours. So, all right. So look at this. He told you to neither grumble nor grumble. So it gave you, it ain't an option. Okay, I'm gonna go and do it then. So I don't have to hear your mouth. So now you're doing it, but you're grumbling. We had people that weren't performing, underperforming, non-performing. He had people performing, but how he wanted things to be done. Even when he told you about giving, what did he tell you he liked? Why would he tell you that? Why? I mean, if people giving, as long as they're giving, right? Yeah, that's exactly right. What does he require? You can't just give it like, man, here you go. Like you loan somebody, they gonna give like, man, heal your. You're like, hold for a minute. Are you serious? Did you get the money like that? And that's how we got to start recognizing how we're supposed to give him his servitude. He said, I want somebody to come to me. I want somebody to give me with cheer. I want somebody to come to me like, man, in my last dime. Man, I tell you what. Man, I sure hate to get it. He's like, man, he said, I sure hate to take it. Because he'll harbor cheerful giver. So letting us know, I need whatever you do. That tells me whatever I do for him. You know what I'm saying? He needs me to have an affection. He needs me to have me an excitement about it. He has to be exuberated about it. Some people, that's why I saw some of y'all servitude like that. You just there. It ain't enough. I make Shabbat. I mean, that's not what he wants. If we're not doing something that stick out from the average people, we ain't doing nothing. Y'all think y'all the only people sitting on the Shabbat being taught? No. Y'all ain't the only people keeping no Shabbat. So what differentiates you from other people that's doing it? Well, Dawood was asked to come to the Beth Elohim. I ain't gonna tell you what he said. Well, now I will. He said, I was glad. Some other folk looked pissed off. Some other folk weren't happy. He said, but I was glad. That's what he said. He said, I was glad. So that shows us how we got to fix a lot of stuff we've been doing because it's sloppy. It's sloppy. It's just sloppy. So I tell you, just go and go home and just try to make it up the next day. Just go and go home and just try to make it. Am I out? Just go home. We'll talk about it next day. After I smoke some hemp. If we don't fix it, let me tell y'all something. This thing is winding up. Putin of Russia struck the largest nuclear plant in Europe. We're not talking about in the United States. That's only one country. Europe. You know what I'm saying? Those are countries. This is the largest nuclear plant, and he struck it. This is a war crime. See, these people got rules, like they heard of, y'all remember rules of engagement? That means you can do this, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. This is an agreement he's got to pack. Listen, no matter how pissed you and I get, we ain't gonna never use no nukes. We're not gonna have that conversation. You know, ain't nobody else talking about using nukes. United States, because this part of the talk, and they use this again. No, we done talked about this. When we all agreed that we were the people gonna have it, we agreed we wouldn't have that conversation. And if something broke out between us, we agreed we wouldn't shoot civilians. Soldiers are open targets, okay? They're open targets, okay? We can shoot. We're not shooting civilians, okay? We'll never hit nuclear plant, because at that point, the whole game changed. We moving into now catastrophe of destroying everything. That's where we at. And you know what y'all got done? Messing around. Y'all didn't know how serious it is. Y'all don't know folks over there had world experts over there trying to check to make sure that thing not leaking. Most of y'all don't know that, do you? He struck it. They couldn't get no firefighters to put it out. It is the largest nuclear plant in all of Europe. This is one country. We talking about countries. And he struck it. Do y'all know if this blow, it's gonna blow up all of Europe? That's all of Europe. That's how serious this whole thing is. They're gonna have to kill him. These people got all options on the table at this point. They're not gonna sell a lot because you gotta be strategic. The smart money is on. You gotta kill him. You gotta hit him hard, quick. You gotta hit him, and you gotta kill his troops. You gotta shut everything down. You have already had to make a deal with some people on moving in and fixing and moving into power. Y'all have no idea what these people been meeting on. They have already had to talk with a group of people in Russia who've agreed on this kill and moving him. Because he's bad for everybody. You destroy all of Europe. Do y'all know where those billionaire kids go to school at? In Paris and France. Y'all know where they eat at? In Europe. Do you know they own more property in other parts of Europe than they do in Russia? This bastard done messed up everything. The smart money is on. They have already moved and talked with a group in Russia on moving him into power when they kill him. He got to get tried. He got to be tried for them war crimes. He's not gonna let them try him. No president of no country, if it lets you take him and try him, he know where he going. He not gonna be on. You can't get him probation. That man can't get. Ain't no first offender act in no world court. He's got to go and rot in a prison. You think Putin, who was head of the KGB, head of Russia for a ridiculous amount of time, is about to sit in a court and let these baboons charge him and convict him and put him in prison? It'll never happen. He'll kill everybody in Russia too for that happen. Pride. The man got $170 billion. Billionaires don't let you take them to jail. That's for poor people. They gotta kill him. You'll see. I know one told y'all don't even know. Y'all know China already been flying over Taiwan. Who told y'all about this first? I told these people were going to, listen, let me tell you what else came out. I told y'all he wasn't going to strike them after the Olympics. You know what they just came out and announced on the news yesterday? That he met with Ping over in China, and he told him, don't do nothing after the Olympics. China behind this whole mess. I told y'all, everyone of them been watching to see what was gonna happen because they gonna move. They gotta kill him. They already did the numbers. If you don't kill him, Iran is going to strike out of Israel. Oh yeah, North Korea is gonna strike South Korea and Japan. Man, it's the worst mess they ever seen. He's gotta die. There's no way out of this. They all gonna be mean on don't do it. Listen, I'm a businessman. It makes no sense for him to live. He cannot live. You gotta kill him so them jokers all bow down and realize these bastards actually say he killed him. Let me go ahead and pull my stuff back over here and put them up. You got to, because listen, everything they're doing ain't working. See, they so dumb, they should have killed all their dependency on them first. Y'all think, how many of y'all like the gas price done gone high? What is it, $3.79? $4? That ain't nothing. That, mind you, that's with us getting Russian oil. You do know the Senate and all these states are pushing, they don't want no Russian oil because they're not business. These are people that move off emotion. Joe Biden he told them, they said, what about Russia? Get rid of Russian oil. He just turned, he don't even answer, he just moved. You know what he looking at? These folks already talking about hanging me now for this gas. If I get rid of the 3% of oil we get from Russia, we done. Y'all just think, these folks can't drive at 6, let me tell you what happened. They just got chipped for all these new cars, right? Who finna buy at $6 a gallon? Nobody. Credit good, already got the financing for that nice truck and Suburban. Those are hottest sellers. Yukon, Navigator, all the Mercedes, this all premium. None of that's gonna be sold here. Ford Focus, man, we going to the Yugo. And an Indian invented that. Most folks didn't know it. Who y'all thought invented it? Yugoslav invented it. An Indian invented it. That's right. Said a man cowboy rode up and asked him which way did the road go. He told him, no, road stay. He told him, you go. When I take my act on the road, just know y'all not going. Cause I know y'all going, when y'all jump and start jumping, how many points I get? Y'all gonna mess up the whole thing. When I go on the road, I'm going by myself. I need y'all to understand that. So y'all know, how many of y'all gonna be able to answer this question? This one. Listen, nor grumble, even at some, what would they be grumbling at? I'm gonna give y'all a hint. What would they be grumbling at? At what he did what? And say it loud. At what? At what he said. That's all I need. And then who destroyed them? No, they were destroyed by the hand of the destroyer. He did not tell you with his hand. He said they were destroyed by the hands of the destroyer. How many people gonna answer that question? All right, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, let me say it. 4. 4 is gonna answer the question. Y'all gonna answer. All right, 4 is gonna answer. Anybody answer the question? They answering, they must know it. Y'all, 6 gonna answer it. How long? I tell you I do, countdown 1 minute. They got 1 minute. When it hit 1 minute, if you ain't say you answer, when it hit 1 minute and you say it over, you say I'm answering, that's gonna be too late. I ain't getting no points on it. She counted down now. All right, let me see the 11 right quick. And I'm getting ready to let y'all go. Listen what happened. All these things you found to be as
examples.
See that S? Every one of them. All of them were examples. Okay? Every one of them were examples. You know why he gave you these examples? Because we were ignorant about particular situations. And they were
Qatar.
That's right, Qatar. They were written to us as a admonition, as warnings. Now you know you've been warned. So what happens when you commit it when you know and you've been warned? You are without excuse. Now you are without excuse. What are you going to say when you commit zanu? What are you going to say when you sit around and you're idolater? What are you going to say when you are a mumbler? What are you going to say when you tempt him? Now you had these as warnings on whom the ends, which means it has certain things coming till it gets to a final conclusion. The ends, there are things that's going to happen in certain events to be the final conclusion, on whom the ends of the ages, I think that's a word, have come to us. Let's see. I think it said come upon them.
Of the world are come.
So he says to himself, I and take heed. In that verse it said, let him that thinketh he standeth. Take heed, lest he. Oh. You don't believe it. I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall. And around, I don't want to fall. And you know how people fall? You get comfortable. You get lax. You start to think everything is okay. You got to start paying attention. There are no gray lines. All the lines are red. Don't cross them. Even Putin told them, he said, you're crossing a red line. It's dangerous what you're doing. So you don't want gray lines that come down the Elohim word. You can't afford no gray lines. You grade those lines. He don't have them. It's do or don't do. Y'all hear? It's live or die. It's love or hate. He ain't got no in between. He ain't got no kind of like a. All he got is exacts. Y'all got it? That's it. To an exact of what he said. How many people? Is it count the minute over with? Is the minute ended yet? Okay, minute over with. Y'all can't. What 2 team did? That's all I can get. All I can answer is 2. That's it. I told y'all that countdown had to be in before that. That's it. Who was that? That's terrible. What you just turned in? Hold on for a minute. Hold on a minute. Michael, you just turned that answer in from early this morning. About nature. Man, that probably turned in yesterday. That man talking about, oh, that man. Y'all turned that answer in how long ago? What nature supposed to teach a man? How long ago? Y'all been answered that, am I correct? Do y'all know that man just took his answer over there? 9.5. So say that one now. We're going to call tomorrow y'all can challenge. I'll tell y'all when we answer tomorrow y'all can challenge. All right. So those are the only one can answer. So everybody turn in. Who answer? 2, 5. Oh, y'all, no, not let y'all answer. Y'all gonna answer? Which question? Y'all, we'll challenge them when we pull it up. You'll be able to challenge them. So I got to roll. So who all answering it? I got only 2 and 5 and 3. What about y'all 6? Y'all gonna answer? No, they're not answering. Y'all answering? No, y'all gonna answer now. I mean, I'm telling you, this is it. I do this 20 seconds. Okay, I'm 20 more seconds. If y'all ain't in 20 seconds, you're not answering. Don't worry about it. 20 seconds. She finna sit 20 seconds on them. All right, let me get this. Y'all got this? Listen there. So he says to himself, I stand and take heed lest he falls. 13. Y'all hear that? Yet no temptation has come upon you except in the rock of the beginning of Adam. Does it say Adam here? Mm-hmm. What is this right here? Oh man, okay, Adam. Because he is the Amunah, Elohim, who shall not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation shall make the rock of also. So now you can look and say, Elohim will test me. How you know he'll test you? That's a way out. How did Elohim, how did Abraham get out of murder? See, he tested him, right? That's how I know Elohim tested him. He told him, but what did he say? He knew, he's tested me. He will provide himself. He said he will provide himself what he asked me for. I just got to do the work. So this is what we happen. You trying to figure who you being tested with. A lot of us is tempting Elohim because we go against the temptation that Elohim give us. He gives us the way out. Y'all got it? That's what you got to be knowledgeable. So a lot of times people get hung up in derision on whether Elohim or self, whether Satan they'll say. When a lot of times you got to look at it's you. Because he told you he's Amunah. When we take what's written and the admonition, the warning, don't you know when we're tested, he won't allow me to be tested above what I'm able? Come on, folks. I mean, even it come down to the end of the rod, he told us that 70 y'all mean should be shortened. He that endure to the end shall be saved. See, I put something on you, it's gonna be that rough when the end comes. Y'all guys are failing now. What are we gonna do when the real test comes? So now he giving us an opportunity, even with the feds y'all making, to see where you gotta do better and stop being so lax and though nothing can happen and you okay. Otherwise, you just be living life of a hypocrite. Whew. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get ready to let y'all go. Everybody got their answers in? Oh my goodness. Hold on, stop. Where you gonna be, man? Put that camera on, Leon. No, both of them stop. Stop at y'all spot. Turn that camera around, Leon. Yeah, there's two of them. Wait a minute. Big man, where y'all going, big man? Big man, where y'all going? What you doing over there? Them off limits. What you want? What is that? Hold on, what is that question? Switch what around? Oh, you turned in both your answers just then? One. I'm challenging 9.5. I only get one. Oh yeah. We'll get tomorrow. We get y'all remember that. We'll name who answered. So on each question we'll ask who all answered. So we got the questions. So everybody got them turned in. How many people answered the question? The last question. 2, 1 through 6. That's everybody. Man, I thought only number 4 was gonna answer. I was gonna make it 50 points for y'all. No, I looked. I said, who all gonna answer? I'll cut it. One about they said they all gonna answer. I said, well, they should get the more points. It's gonna just be on them, ain't it? Okay. We got it. All right, that's 2. Give Mr. Yahuah a hand clap.